Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into one of the most intense events in modern warfare, the moment when 93 Ukrainian drones ambushed Moscow all at once, turning the city into what many residents described as hell. This wasn't just another strike, it was a massive demonstration of how modern technology, precision, and psychological warfare intersect. Let's break this down step by step. When we look at the exterior of this event, the scale is staggering. Dozens upon dozens of drones darken the skies, buzzing across the horizon of Moscow in coordinated waves. The sight itself was enough to strike fear, as residents reported lights, explosions, and sounds of defense systems activating. Buildings across different districts witnessed shrapnel, broken windows, and fires sparked from intercepted drones. On the outside, the attack showcased Ukraine's ability to extend the battlefield deep into the Russian capital, a place once thought untouchable. The exterior impression here is both shocking and symbolic. It sends a message of reach, persistence, and audacity. Now, if we shift to the interior perspective, we see how Moscow itself became a battleground of panic. Inside the city, alarms blared and civilians rushed to shelters as emergency services scrambled. The short but intense waves of drones gave little time for people to process what was happening. Within government offices and military command centers, the atmosphere was tense as Russian defenses had to prioritize which threats to neutralize first. The interior of this event is one of fear, confusion, and the sudden realization that nowhere, not even the capital, is beyond reach. Looking at the performance of this ambush, it's clear that the Ukrainian drones operated with remarkable coordination. Launching 93 drones simultaneously is not just a technical feat, but also a logistical and strategic one. These drones penetrated deep into Russia's airspace, bypassing layers of radar and defense systems. Some were shot down, others hit their targets, and many served as distractions to overwhelm anti-air systems. The performance lies in the numbers, mass saturation that turns sophisticated defenses into vulnerable targets. It also demonstrated the evolution of drone warfare. Inexpensive, adaptable, and incredibly effective against billion-dollar defense networks. Safety features in this context may sound unusual, but from Ukraine's perspective, the drones themselves are designed with controlled payloads and guided systems to minimize waste. Instead of indiscriminate shelling, drones can be aimed with precision at specific targets, reducing unnecessary collateral compared to traditional missiles. For Moscow residents, safety came from the rapid activation of defense systems, interceptors, and emergency responders. The protective bubble of the city was tested to its limits, and although many drones were destroyed before impact, fragments still caused injuries and property damage. Safety here is a matter of perspective. On one side, drones used as controlled precision weapons, on the other, defense systems designed to shield millions from harm. The unique selling points of this event are numerous. First, it shows that drone warfare is rewriting the rules of modern conflict. What Ukraine achieved with 93 drones would have been impossible for conventional forces without risking pilots and aircraft. Second, it highlights asymmetry. Low-cost drones can challenge and even overwhelm high-cost defense systems. Third, it sends a psychological shockwave. For Russian citizens, the reality of war has entered their living rooms, their neighborhoods, their skyline. For the international community, it illustrates how modern conflict can no longer be confined to borders. The message is clear: technology levels the playing field. If we talk about price, the contrast is staggering. A single Ukrainian drone might cost anywhere between a few thousand to tens of thousands of dollars, depending on its design, payload, and guidance systems. Compare that to the millions of dollars required to launch and maintain Russian air defenses, missiles, or jets that are scrambled to counter them. Ukraine's investment in swarms of drones is both cost-effective and strategically devastating. For the price of one advanced missile, Ukraine can launch dozens of drones. In the economics of war, this is a game changer. In conclusion, the ambush of Moscow with 93 drones is more than just a dramatic battlefield update. It's a sign of what warfare has become. Exteriorly, it's terrifying to witness a capital city under such pressure. Internally, it disrupts daily life and shatters the illusion of safety. The performance of the drones shows how coordination and saturation can overpower even the most advanced defenses. Safety measures are both tested and redefined. Unique selling points demonstrate that technology, cost efficiency, and psychological warfare are reshaping modern conflict. And the price comparison reveals how one side can wage war effectively while forcing the other to spend disproportionately more to defend. This attack is a landmark in military history, and its consequences will echo across strategy rooms for years to come. Moscow is no longer untouchable, and Ukraine has proven it. The future of conflict is already here, and drone warfare is at the center of it. What happened with these 93 drones will likely be studied in military academies, debated in parliaments, and remembered by citizens who experienced it firsthand. For now, we are left with an undeniable truth. The balance of power has shifted, and the battlefield is no longer defined by tanks and jets alone, but by the swarm in the sky.